Welcome. It's Terra My Love special on the beach edition. This is going to be the single spread for our Scorpio friends. And we're doing on Wednesdays, Libra and Scorpios. We do the heart spread for someone that's on your mind, couples. And this is the super singles, totally singles read. This is for someone that you don't have anybody on your mind. You're kind of wide open, pre-shuffled. And here we're kind of trying to find your soulmate here. We're asking Tara, bring them in, show them to us, get to know them a little bit. We don't want to bring up your next ex problem, next ex-wife. We want to bring up the one that's right for you, and you'll be right for them. Excuse me. So we're gonna have to clear the runway for them. The way I see this reading is like probably your soulmate's been circling and running out of fuel and can't land because we'll get busy with other things and stuff. And now you're open and you're ready. The runway's clear. They're coming down. We're going to pick them up in a limo and we're going to take them out on a date. We're going to kind of get to know them a little bit. We're going to look at the 4 pillars. This is their emotional side. And don't get scared because, boy, look at that with the death and the 3 of swords. The 3 of swords, the card that means tarot for some reason. This is their emotional nature here, guys. Let me look at their intellectual nature too. 10 of wands. It's actually pretty good here, very good in this reading. And the emperor. So we'll also look at here their sexual and love nature, and here their lifestyle and core values, guys. Okay, so look at death and the emperor down here. The 3 of swords emotionally. Well, there's no way to read this other than they had a tough childhood. Like, this may have been like, so we're looking for the stories they'll tell, and we tell each other our stories and we get to know each other. And a very difficult childhood. They may tell you that a parent died when they were young, and it may have been a mother. That's the feeling I'm getting. That's what I mean by terrible. And it changed them. There's something that happened, this 3 of swords, in their childhood. They're going to tell you this story. I don't know what it is, but bad. And it really changed them. This is your person. Okay, we all go through a process. We all grow. Most of us have bad childhoods. I think it's kind of rare to see someone say, hey, I have a really happy childhood. My parents are wonderful and gave me great self-esteem and supported me and disciplined me and emotionally available, intelligent. You don't hear that a whole lot, unfortunately. But they just have a great deal of depth to them too, with death here. So also, I think of Scorpio in the 8th house. So when we go with astrology, I got a strong feeling we're dealing with Scorpio Moon person here. So look at their astrology. Best if you know the time. Moon's, sometimes it's in the same sign the whole day, so it's easy. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Scorpio Moon coming in with this. And then intellectually, just look at the Emperor in this card. He's carrying all his scrolls and stuff with him, huh? It's like this is a very erudite Emperor. This is the Gilded Royale deck. Gilded Tarot Royale. So they're a mature person, even if they're young. They have a very mature intellect, like maybe because of what happened to them in childhood. Another story I think they might tell you, they might say, I was never a child. That's like, I've always been an adult. This is someone probably always kind of had a sense of themselves. It probably served them really well here. They may have a first house sun. I don't get it could be Aries, with here, but here would be more like a Aries Mercury energy, which often Mercury's right there with the sun, so they could be. If not, in terms of the way they carry themselves when you're getting to know them, okay, all of this emotional stuff, you are not going to see it. They will reveal that to you. With the Scorpio Moon, they do not wear their heart on the sleeve, okay? And there's usually like a lot more going on below the surface with them. And with the Ten of Wands and the Emperor, so they're going to be, remember, this is your person. There's nothing toxic about it, but they're going to be very forceful, and a male or female, they're going to have kind of a masculine energy, meaning directive. Female energy, divine femme's receptive, male energy is projective. And with the Ten of Wands, this is someone who's very animated and talks a lot. They might talk over you. They probably talk very fast. They're very smart. They gotta have, talk to me, they're gonna have an advanced degree, like a master's at least. Okay? This person. And they're probably like crazy interesting. Um, so you won't mind listening to them. They may dominate the conversation. They may dominate any conversation. If you go out with some friends, and I don't think, I mean, it's effortless for them. I don't think it's not toxic. It's just they're interesting. And they're going to start talking. Everybody's going to be looking at them and listening to them. They probably have a real magnetism about them, too. You'll know this when you sit down with them. Um, they're emotional, but they're gonna have to open up to you to let you into that part of their life, because they don't uh, talk about their emotions. They don't talk about their past. They may say to you something along the lines of, "Why don't people have more dignity? Why do they put their stuff on Facebook and their problems, and you know, why don't they just keep that to themselves and stuff and be strong?" That kind of energy, because that's the way they are, I think, sexually. Ten of Cups. Now, a little different reading. You don't exactly read it like a normal reading. Oh, Ten of Cups is levitating. Maybe they can levitate while they have sex. Ooh, let me know. That'd be hot. Maybe. No, the Ten of Cups from the sexual position and the Hermit. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this, but I look to the sexual position for the Venus and Mars signs, and would scream in Virgo, and this is usually the Mars, so they may have a Mars in Virgo, which kind of works here, because this is kind of Virgo-y. It's not real emotional. It's very intellectual, very engaging. They know what they're talking about. They're interesting. Um, and with the Ten of Cups, it implies like a water Venus here. Maybe a Pisces. You couldn't have a Pisces Venus and a Virgo Mars, but you could have a Cancer. So yeah, that would work. Cancer Venus and a Virgo Mars. I think that works well. So sexually, they're emotional in the way they make love and not passionate. They're not fiery. That's why I say it's kind of got that Earth Mars and maybe a water Venus. So slow, wanting to take their times. I talked about how they keep their emotions to themselves. They come out in sex, and so I think this is someone that cries after they have sex, which is kind of a Cancer Mars thing, but Cancer Venus too. Maybe their Cancer Venus is strong, or it's in sextile or trine to their Mars here, and so the energy of the Mars pours right into Venus, which is a great thing to have, I think, for anyone when they line up like that. So they're going to want to be private when they make love. Like they might be concerned if you're in a hotel, or if you have kids in the house or whatever. I might be a little concerned about the noise, even, because they really want their privacy, because they don't like to open up themselves and be vulnerable, but they do during sex. During sex, they open up themselves and be vulnerable, and they're probably submissive, even though they're really this kind of dominant personality. You often see this When it comes to sex, they are a little more submissive. They even might like you to be a little bondage or something, take control. They won't mind that at all. I think they'll really enjoy it. And then Seven of Swords, again, don't freak out. Because this is not them cheating or anything like that. And the Hierophant here. I swear we had this in the exact same position in the last reading. And I shuffled and everything. Everything else, every other card is different. But that one was the exact same position. So, think with the Seven of Swords here, guys. Think strategy. Think, managing your thoughts and strategizing. So what would you do with something like that? Whatever they do for a living, too, this is coming through. And also, this is a person who's going to be pretty conservative. And down here on the bottom with the Hierophant, it might not be like they're a Republican conservative. It's just that it goes along with their emotional nature here, too, of course. They don't want to take silly chances. Strategic thinking. They think very strategically. And so in terms of what they do for a living, and even in terms of their lifestyle and the kind of house they're going to want, they want something traditional. But they're going to really think about it, like every which way. Like if you go to buy a house, they're going to be calculating in the school districts, they're going to probably somehow, again, they're smart, guys. They're really smart. They're intellectually dynamo. Like, if they need to know something, they will sit down and in 10 minutes, they're the opposite of me. I can sit down for 10 hours and I come away just more lost than I was before. They could sit down for 10 minutes and they got what they need out of it. And this is that way they have with strategic thinking, They could be a boss. They could be a planner, city planner, financial planner. Be perfect with the Hierophant here too. They're going to want to get married. I said that with the other one. When this is down here, they're absolutely, this is what I mean by conservative. It's not Republican conservative. It's their lifestyle is going to want that kind of traditional is the word I should use. So strategic thinking, traditional here. If they were married in the past, yeah, they're going to take everything into consideration. The growth of the neighborhood where you live, the potential blah, blah, blah. They might say, well, yes, right now, prices here are good, but chances are, I've read that in the future, da-da-da, and so I think we should go here. And my advice with someone like this, and you're in a relationship, is like make sure they understand like what's important to you about a house. Like, I want a rambler. I have to have a rambler. I don't like 2 levels. I really want a house, not a condo. And then kind of let them go, and because I think they have the kind of mind. And this is almost like what they could do for a living too. They wouldn't be like a realtor. So much maybe they run their own realtor company or something like that. So we got someone that keeps their emotions to themselves. They're very intelligent. They don't mind showing it. It's not like toxic. It's not like, hey, look at me. It's like it's just so obvious when they speak to anyone around that listens that this person is a heavyweight here, intellectually and stuff. And sexually, I think you're going to be very pleased. Just make sure you have privacy. They want to take their time. They're very sweet in lovemaking. They're going to want to kiss a lot. Virgos are known for that. And cuddle a lot of foreplay. This is like, think about a slam bam, thank you ma'am. This is the opposite. Okay? And they're not going to want to live together and this kind of thing. They're going to want to have a marriage, and it's very important to them. Married life. It could even be Catholic. If they're not Catholic, then it's sort of that energy where they think of marriage as a vocation. It's like a holy vocation, which is great. So they would take it very seriously, guys. So this is your person, Scorpio. So let me know if you relate to this. I really appreciate your input. And, I appreciate it. It helps a lot. It's easy. Good karma. And remember, always on Wednesdays is Libra Scorpio Day. We do 2 signs every day for 6 days. And then we do the quickies. And tomorrow we'll have the weekend quickies for the 3rd weekend in April already. Holy moly. Thank you, guys.